Hey friends, how are you? It's not only is it Friday, but it's Halloween. So happy Halloween. And I get that a lot of people may be out and about, participating in different festivities, but if you're around and you don't have anything else to do, I invite you to come and hang out. I am getting my candle ready, preparing my space. I am trying something a little bit different today. I'm going to be doing an open panel. So if you would like to join me, let me know and I'll send the link, and that way you could ask your questions in person, or if you wanted to share something about your favorite Halloween rituals or anything else, even if it's just chit chat, that's fine by me. That's what we're here for today. Hey Ashish, how are you? It's good to see you. Hi and welcome. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Okay. And I'm just getting my decks ready for today. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. We are experiencing cooler temps today, so that's kind of nice. Last night as well, so I was able to go live and I had a fire going and we just hung out and it was a lot of fun, so that was pretty cool. We had a good time. So yes, and actually let me put that in the chat and I'll pin it. Let's see. You don't do Halloween in South Africa, so it's just a regular day for you. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Crystal 1983, how are you? It's good to see you. Crystal, you're in the Caribbean? I didn't know that. Where? That's cool. Hey, Moira, how are you? How are you doing? It's good to see you. Oh, you're in Trinidad. Oh, that's so cool. So, did you have pretty rough weather with the storm, or did it kind of stay out of your way? Good, Moira. It's Halloween. And of course, my youngins are, grown and they all do their own thing. So I figured I'd come out here and hang out. Saron, hi, how are you? Welcome back. It's good to see you. Out of the way, yeah, for sure, because that was pretty intense. I have family, my family is in Puerto Rico, and I was so thankful that it was out of the way. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see everybody. Thank you for coming in. And no agenda today, just kind of relax, go with the flow. I I'm hosting an open panel. This is my first time, so I'm kind of trying it out. And then if anybody wants to come up on screen and join me, ask your questions live, or share your favorite Halloween ritual. If you don't celebrate Halloween, you can, come up and say, hey, totally up to you. No pressure to be on camera if you don't want to. If you just want to come on and do voice, that's fine as well. Just let me know. I pinned it in the chat. So if you're interested, hashtag panel. And that's pretty much it. Yes, I know. I know. I'm glad to see everybody too. Glad to see everybody too. I'm getting my decks shuffled. It's been so fun to use all of my, spooky season decks. And some of these I'm going to continue into November, but then I'm going to remove two and add two other decks that I want to work with just to kind of spice things up a little bit. One will be more of like a learning deck. I have to get to know it because it's completely different in so many different ways. But yeah, that's how you do it. You just work with them individually, and then little by little, you get to know them. You get to feel, their energy and kind of see how they're gonna work in your collection. So I'm excited. I'm gonna be using uh Tarot of Haunted House. I've been studying that deck, so I'm going to be using that deck. I'm going to add that one. And I'm going to be adding the Akamara. That's the other one I'm going to add. You use them all year round. Crystal, thank you so much. Thank you. I know, like, there are a couple here that I don't reserve. So I will say out of my new decks, this one here, Raven's Prophecy. I don't know if you've seen this one, but I would definitely use this year round. This deck is amazing. It's not really even a Halloween deck. It just has those orange borders, and the backs are like black and orange, so it kind of has those vibes. But it's an awesome, awesome deck, and I would definitely use this one year round. And then the other one that I use year round is my Wandering Spirit Tarot, because this is just a great deck for, self-reflection. I love this deck. This is like the deck of the girl and her skeleton. And it's just fantastic. And I use this one year round. I think the Darkwood could be used year round, but I didn't care for that deck, so it's just gonna go in a box and go, go on the shelf. So yeah. But for today, I have Wandering Spirit, I have Raven's Prophecy, I do have the Darkwood, I have Dark Mansion, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Bohemian Gothic. Yeah, so those are the decks that I'm going to be working with. So if there's anybody interested, and you don't have to feel obligated, right? If you prefer not to come up on open panel, that's totally fine. I'm still happy to do a reading if you would like me to do a reading. So I don't want anybody to feel bad or feel like they're pressured. Cherry Blossom, I didn't see you come in. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I feel like this light in front of me is so super bright. I'm gonna have to tone it down just a little bit. So hold on one second. Let me see if I could get it without knocking anything down. That's gonna be impossible. All right, so be patient with me just a second while I rearrange that cord. It's just that that light is so, it feels bright, like It's supposed to remember the setting that I had it at, so I don't know what happened there, but I want to move the cable so I can actually reach it. You know that feeling like as big as your desk is, it never feels big enough? You always feel like, I need more space. All right, let's try that. I feel like that's better. Oh, my chair. Saron, you have a question. Okay. Oh, Ashish. Oh, Crystal. Hold on, hold on. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna start with Crystal, and then I'll work through. So, Crystal, do you see my ex contacting me in the future? I'm gonna use the Wandering Spirit, okay? This is a reading for Crystal. The first card is already flipped over. And I definitely feel like we need more information for real. All right. So, Crystal, the first card that I pulled out is the World card. And this is a major arcana card. And it's the last one, right? It's like if you think of the hero's journey, it's the final stop. So this means that you have reached the end of your current journey. That could be interpreted different ways, but for me, I kind of see this as it is time to start something new. It's time to start something new. And the reason that I say that is because the second card that came up is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is another major arcana card. So you have gotten two majors coming out at the same time. And the High Priestess is asking you to listen to yourself, listen to your gut, right? Your intuition. I feel like you know the answer to this question, but you don't want to believe it and you don't want to accept it. Hi, Des. How are you? You're not late, my dear. You're right on time, like Karen Suki. I know she always says that. Am I late? But yeah, this is what I'm seeing for you, Crystal. Right now, I feel like I don't know. If it seems like you have to accept that there's a new road that you need to take. Hey, Millie, it's good to see you. But I think this is a challenge for you, which is why this High Priestess is coming out for you. So I'm gonna pull a card from this is an oracle, and it's really nice. It's a really lovely, supportive little deck. So I'm gonna pull a card from here and see what spirit wants you to know. Okay, so give me a moment. I'm gonna shuffle. Miss Desiree, do you feel like you're gonna be able to hang out for a little while or not really? Good day, mate. Chris, do you celebrate Halloween over there down under? Okay, a message for Crystal. A message for Crystal right here. Crystal, So you have this card here. It says rise. To me, like this is kind of saying yes to this. It's time for you to take a ride, rise and embrace that journey is over and it's time to start something new. And I know it's hard, but that's kind of like the energy that's coming through for you, okay? That is what I have, my dear. Awesome. Crystal, thank you. I'm not ready. I know. I know you're not ready. And it's okay. Take time. I feel like that's why the priestess came up for you. You need to take time to sit with yourself. You need time to sit with yourself. All right. So that is what I have. Thank you for letting me read for you. And let me go back in the chat. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting caught up. Okay, so next up is Ashish. Ashish, did you want to come up on screen with me, or you want me to just read for you? Let me know. And then after Ashish, I have Saron. And then Charly came in. Charly says, I'm clueless in my life. What should I do? I'm happy to do a reading for you, Charly, okay? I'll put you on the list. Desiree said that Chris did an amazing reading this morning. I totally believe that. I totally believe that. Happy Samhain. Yeah, lots of spooky spirits roaming the streets with their parents. That's so funny. Okay. Just read. Okay. All right. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Happy Halloween. Um, all right. Let me shuffle the deck. So, Ashish, let me go back. Is there a chance for Lavisha and I to reconnect? Okay, hold please. Millie says she's making a pit stop at the house and wanted to say hi. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, is there a chance? Is there a chance? Let's go to the Dark Mansion. This can be a bit of a cheeky deck, so let's see what the Dark Mansion has for us today, Ashish. Is there a chance for Lavisha and Ashish to reconnect? Is there a chance? Is there a chance? Ooh. Is there a chance? So I've gotten the Knight of Pentacles, okay, Ashish? So to me, this isn't a yes or a no, but what this tells me is be patient. Take your time. Make sure you're doing things properly. Don't rush. And you will achieve what you are hoping to achieve. That's kind of what I'm seeing for you with this Knight of Pentacles card. And let me see. That deck is... All right. I'm going to pull out an Oracle card for you. And we'll see what we get for this Knight of Pentacles. Can I have a message for Ashish? So interesting, Ashish. We have this card here, and the keyword is surrender. So for me, this is saying trust. Trust in spirit, trust in the divine, trust in the timing of the universe, right? Keep doing what you're doing. And more important than anything, just take your time. You never want to overwhelm the other person by pursuing them, uh, aggressively. You want to be sure to take your time and think about it and plan your steps. And the Knight of Pentacles is also very grounded, so maybe when you do have a chance to reconnect with Lavisha, it might be nice to do something outdoors. I do see that as well. But yeah, more important, surrender to the will of the universe. That is what I have for you, Ashish. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. And then after that, I have Saron. Desiree. Desiree loves Dark Mansion. I know, it's such a great deck. Thank you so much and happy Halloween. Thank you, my friend. Okay, Saran is still here. Fabulous. Do you need me in? Only if you have time, Desiree. I don't want you to feel like you have to, or like you're committed, or you're stuck in there, because I know it gets pretty crazy. And I was really hoping to have people come up on open panel. So Saran, let me know. Do you want to come up on open panel and ask me your question in person, or do you just prefer that I read for you? Let's see if we have any brave souls. Let me know. Desiree, if you do, let me know so I can open that document. Okay, why not? Yay! All right, so this is my first time trying. One sec, I wasn't ready. This is my first time trying it, so let's see if it even works. But you never know until you try, so we'll see. Ah, there. Let's see if that works. All right. So you can click on the link, and then that should bring you in. My daughter needs me to take her somewhere. That's okay. Thank you, Desiree. I hope she has a wonderful time. And Saran, whenever you are, the one that, do you see the Nightbot open panel? And there's a link. The link through your phone. Yeah, that's fine. Tell me if you can. You should be able to just click it. You don't have to copy it. It should be a live link. Let me know. And thank you for being a brave soul and for being open to try. I got my eye open here just in case. all the friends in the chat, thank you so much for being here. And I know I have my Nightbot on, but I always like to ask everyone personally if you could remember to hit the like, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider maybe tap the bell so you can get notified when I go live. Today I have an open panel. This is my first time doing this, so we're testing it. Saron is brave. She's going to be trying the link, and hopefully she'll be able to join me on screen, ask her question, and oh, thank you, Charly. Thank you so much. Yeah, so hopefully she'll be able to ask her question live, and then, and then we go from there. So if you're interested in doing that, I pinned it in the comments. So if you're interested, just do hashtag panel in capital letters, and that way I know, and then I'll bring you up. Read for someone while I get it. Yeah, I can totally move on. And you don't have to, like, if you wanted to come up and just say, hey, if you wanted to come up and, share your favorite ritual, if you wanted to come up and ask a question, that's totally fine. The whole idea is that we get to share space and we get to know each other better. So Saron is working on getting prepared. So let me see. Did we have anyone after Saran? I'm just checking. I think it was Crystal, and then Ashish, and then, oh, your YouTube app. I love it when I'm trying to do something and then right in the middle, like it does the update, and you're like, what the heck? I was using that. So yeah, we had Crystal, then we had Ashish, then we had Saran. Oh, and Charly. So Charly, were you wanting to come up on screen, or do you want me to just read for you, Charly? Let me know. Charly, a reading would be fine. Okay, so then your question, Charly, I'm going back in the chat. I think you said that you feel confused and you didn't know. Okay, I'm clueless in my life right now, and I feel everybody has been closed, but there is something I'm supposed to do, but I haven't found it yet, and I don't have any direction. So that for me feels like a very spiritual question. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you and kind of see what comes through, okay? We'll see what messages come through. I'm going to use my cemetery deck. So your question is quite interesting and quite specific. I feel like every door has been closed, but you feel certain that there is something that you are meant to do. Okay. And you want some kind of guidance or direction from spirit. So this is an interesting message that is coming through for you, okay, Charly? So, and spirit works in very interesting ways, and in this case I feel like they're very very direct. So hold on one second. Okay, I'm gonna show you the center card. The center card is boredom, right? Because it seems to me like you are likely in a lull. You're in a lull in your life right now, and you mentioned all the doors are closing, but you don't have direction, and you're just kind of there waiting, and you don't really know what to do. And maybe you even feel a little bit left out. Like you know that you should be doing something, but you're not really sure, and you want for spirit to give you some guidance and point you in the right direction. What I'm getting from Spirit, Charlie, is that you are meant to be in this space that you're at right now because there's a lesson for you to learn and take from this experience. And Spirit is wanting you to embrace that. Embrace it. Don't fight it. Don't question. Just go with it, absorb it, accept it, and go with it because there is a lesson for you to learn. And Spirit is also saying endurance. Endurance. It's almost like what is happening to you is happening for a reason because it's meant to make you more resilient for whatever's coming down the road. That's kind of what I'm seeing for you. You have a lesson, and you're meant to build up a little bit more endurance and stamina. And I wanted to talk about that idea of endurance, right? I used to ride bike. And I felt like there were two kinds of people, like the people that rode their bike for speed, and then the people that rode their bike for endurance. And I was an endurance rider. So, what that means is for me, it was not important to try to ride. Like, my comfort zone was 12 miles per hour, right? Between 12 and 13, that was my comfort zone. It was never my goal to try to hit 15, 16, or even 17 miles per hour, because what I was trying to do was the uh, lower miles, like the 12 miles per hour, but I wanted to be able to ride more miles, right? So for me, if I went on a bike ride, I would ride anywhere from 20 to 30 miles. And the whole point was to build endurance. I wanted to be able to go longer than just race to the finish line and then you're totally spent and you don't have energy. So you could go faster, but you burn up your energy. Whereas if you pace yourself, you can go longer. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense for you. But that's kind of the message that I'm getting for you, okay, Charlie? Kathleen, how are you? Kathleen 1193. It's good to see you. Mo, it's nice to see you as well. Debs is here. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Let me see here. You know, it's interesting. That was a pretty profound reading for for Oracle. But I felt like I needed to do that for you, just in a reading for Charlie, but Elizabeth will say hello. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. Yeah. YouTube tells me that I can't join and try again later. We'll just have to have it the usual way. Okay. Oh, I know. So it didn't work for you. Let me try something else. Hold on one second. I'm going to try one other idea. Just bear with me one memento, please. We were just talking that you were trying to use YouTube and then it decided to refresh, and then I go into my email and it decides to log me out. Oh, the region that you're in. Okay. Well, I was just excited because I wanted to be able to test it, only because I want to know if it works. Because if it works, I'd love to do it again. You know, not everybody is open to it, but it would be fun to have people come up on screen and say, hey, I think that would be cool. So hold on one memento while I see if I could find, I saved that email just in case it's not there. And I'll try it here. But then I'll read for you. So, Kathleen, I see your question and I will get to you in a moment. I'm going to read for Saran. But Saran, in the meantime, put your question again in the chat so I could see it because I think we lost it in the comments. Oh, yes, about Robert. Okay. All right. Thank you for putting that in there. All right. It's not going. Give me, you know what? Here, hold on for me just one moment. All right. Sorry about that. Hey Maria, how are you? Let me look real quick because I think some people came into the chat. Give me just a second. No, cha cha cha. Okay, here it is. So I'm gonna try it this way, and if it doesn't work, that's it. We give up. Okay, let's see. All right, try that, Saran, and let me know if that works. Kathleen, I saw your question. Okay, perfect. BooTube. BooTube. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. You're right. Let me know if that works, Saran. Got my eyes open. And in the meantime, I'm gonna start shuffling the deck for your question. Saran, let me know if you're still there. It's a no-go. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for trying, my friend. All right. So let me get my deck ready and we shall see what the cards have to say. So you want to know if Robert is going to overcome the physical distance problem between you. We just had our first conversation after no contact. He sounds so burdened by things in his life. Okay, when you say physical distance, are you both in two different places? Hi, Joe. How are you? How are you feeling, friends? I know you've been having some um issues there. I love that you're not giving up. Thank you for being here. We live on different continents. Okay, so that's helpful. And You just had your first conversation after no contact. Now, did you have a relationship before that? I'm guessing you had a relationship before, but then it broke off because of the long distance thing. Long distance love is very hard, but it is possible if both parties are on board. If one person is like, I don't want to do this, this is for the birds, then it, unfortunately, that is the end. So let me know what is happening so that I can kind of get a good sense with the, yes, online relationship broke off because his dad had a serious accident and a lot of responsibilities there. Okay, and then you said that when you spoke to him that he was feeling maybe overwhelmed with everything going on in their life. Okay, that's helpful. Thank you for that context, and I will do your reading for you. Okay, so meeting plans are delayed, and now he isn't clear how we'll be able to do this. Okay. Joe, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm gonna get cuddles from Colin, the CPAP machine, and listen to your live. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. All right. Let me know if you need anything, okay? While you're hanging out, cuddled up. All right. So, for your question, I think we should go to the Darkwood. We should go to the Darkwood. He feels it's unfair to ask me to wait for him. I mean, that makes sense, right? But, let's see. Let's see what the cards say. Yeah, of course. It's easier if I have context so that I know, because otherwise I'm just pulling cards and it just, for me, a lot of times it just doesn't make sense. Sometimes it makes sense to the other person, but, it just depends. So let's pull a card for you. Let's pull a card for you, Saron. A card for you. And thank you everyone for being here. If you celebrate, happy Halloween. And just a reminder, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps small channels like mine, and I am forever grateful. I'm going to be doing live readings. And I had hoped to do an open panel, but Saran tried and it didn't work. So maybe, we'll keep trying and see if we can get one to work. So here we go. A card for Saran. So 2. Oh. Okay. A card for Robert. Okay. A card for Robert. Ooh, that's interesting. And let's say advice. A card for advice. All right. I'm going to make heads or tails out of this, okay? So, Saran, for you, I've gotten the 8 of Cups. And I feel like this is Spirit's way. Hold on, I feel like that screen is so... Hold on, let me see if I could give it a little... shine it up a little bit, because I feel like it's blurry. All right. So here we have the 8 of Cups. This is the card of walking away. Walking away from something that you don't want to, but you kind of have to, because there's nothing happening there. It's not filling your cup. If anything, it's draining you. Except that I don't feel that you want to walk away. So in your case, I would say this is more than likely reversed because the second card that came up is Three of Pentacles. You have this idea that if you both work together, that you could find a way to make it happen. Now it's blurry, the screen. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Hi, Victor. How are you? I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to see you later. Is that blurry or no? Tell me if that's blurry. I'm using like, one of those little cloths that they give you at like the eye doctor to, clean your glasses. Tell me. Tell me, tell me. All right. So hopefully you heard what I said, right? With you, you're getting this message. It's time to walk away, but I don't think you want to because you're thinking there's got to be a way to make it work. Okay, no problem. Have fun. Have fun. I'll see you later. You want to try to find a way to make it work because you seem to uh Victor, I didn't even notice that that's what happened. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Carolina, hi, how are you? So, anyways, this is what I'm getting, right? That you want to keep trying. Now, I pulled a card for, sorry, I forgot his name again. Where'd he go? Was it Richard? Hold on. Robert. Okay. And then I pulled a card for Robert and I got the Lovers. So for me, I feel like I think he probably is developing feelings, which is why his decision makes sense. To me, it feels like he's developing feelings and maybe he is wanting to protect you from waiting for something that could or could not happen. That's what I get. Okay. It's true. I do think we could have this. Robert needs to clear his fog to see. Feel like telling him I'm going to lovingly step back too. Because if you love something and you let it go, right? If it comes back to you, then it's meant to be, right? But for a lot of people, that's really hard to do. Oh, I know, Joe, the lover's card. Yeah. So for advice, we have a lot of things that, like, three cards that came out. So first, we have the Page of Cups. Now, Cups is connected also to water, to emotions, and the Page is like that younger energy, right? Like pages are very curious and they're very imaginative and creative, and everything piques their curiosity. They want to learn, they want to do all the things. They want to experience everything, all the emotions, right? And I also got the Two of Cups, which for me, these two cards are like, I don't want to say that they're the same thing, but they have similar energies. The Two of Cups is about partnerships. It's about also about duality, right? Like, and finding a common ground. Remember, right now, you're here, he's there, two completely different continents. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, right? But what I'm seeing in this card is that if both of you decide to pursue it, it could be worth it. But if both of you are not on board, if it's just you and not him, we have the Death card. For me, that is signaling the ending of something that you don't want to end, but you need that in order to transform, in order to grow, and in order to be prepared for when that moment actually happens for you. So, that's a big, big message, Saron. And there's no easy answer there. There's just definitely no easy answer. Saran says, I'm just curious if he'll figure it out eventually. Obviously, I'm still in love with him. Yeah, yeah. But think about the place that he's at right now. Like, he has a lot. Like, it's not easy to care for another person. And when it's a parent, it's even harder because let's say that he has inner child uh wounds, right? From his upbringing, especially the if it's like father son. If there's wounds there, then it makes it even more challenging than if you were just taking care of a total stranger because things come up. You cannot help it. You're going to feel triggered that you're having to do these things. And, who knows? Maybe he didn't receive that kind of care growing up. You really don't know because you're just, you're trying to get to know him and understand him. So it is very, very heavy energy for him, and he probably feels overwhelmed, and he probably feels like I don't have time or energy to devote to her. So for those reasons, I feel like it might make sense for you to kind of take a step back. How do you think he'd react to my telling him I'm stepping back? Isn't that what he's asked you to do? He has an 8-year-old daughter, and they do lots of family drama. Runs businesses. He's at the center of a lot of responsibilities. Yeah, it's the eldest son. So, yes, his hands are full right now. His hands are full right now. And an 8-year-old, that's really difficult. I became a single mother when my kids were pretty young. They were 4 and 6 years old. There was no way that I could date for a good 6 years or longer. And even then, it was very difficult because they have so many needs, right? There's so many obligations. So it's really tough. I feel like that might be the right thing for you. Oh, my goodness. That was heavy. That was heavy. He sounded confusing in our conversation, but yeah, I hear you. You're welcome, Saran. You're welcome, and I wish you all the best because I know, like, Victor, he was in the chat earlier, and he always says this during meditation, like, we choose love, right? But this is agape love, right? I choose to walk in love. I choose to openly love others. But romantic love is different. We don't choose that. It happens. And then we have to kind of figure out how to work through that. And it's not always easy. For reals. Oh, all right. So let's clear some energy. Mm, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad, Saran. And I'm glad that we're connected now. So thank you for that. Friends, please remember to like and subscribe. Tap the bell icon so that you can get notified when I go live. All right, let me see. Debs, I agree. I'm the same way. Lucky to have loved 4 times long term. I know. Yes, some people never experience that. For real. For real. Okay. Oh, So I don't know. I kind of lost my place around here. So I read for Saron and I read for Charly. And I'm just going to, oh, Kathleen wanted a reading. Kathleen, are you still here, honey? Let me know if you're still here. Kathleen, 1193. Let me know, because Kathleen wanted a reading. I didn't know you had merch. Oh my gosh, I totally do. I totally do. So look, I'm going to show you right now, hands down, my most favorite is this water bottle. This thing is awesome. It has like the little straw, which I love because before I had one of those bottles that you had to, and I always feel like on video calls or in meetings, it looked awkward to drink that way. So I love this one. I love the handle, and this is a big one, right? This holds, I think, 32 ounces of water. It's awesome. This one is great. Desiree has the black one that has the straw. She loves it. And let me see. I have some mugs, which are fun. And let me see. I'll show you. I have some pieces um, that I haven't yet decided what to do with. Let's see. And I'll show you. This cup is awesome because it's actually made of glass. Look how cool that is. And it just says the more intuitive me. And it's a glass in the shape of like a can. And it has a wooden top with a rubber stopper. And then it comes with a straw. So I have that one. And let me see. I have a couple of mugs here. And some of them I was just like so excited about them. I immediately just put them into into my cupboard. This one is a camping mug. You know, like those enamel mugs. Isn't that cute? This one's an this one's enamel. See that? Craggy Brook, hi, how are you? We are celebrating together, hanging out. Like this cup is awesome. That's, you know, for when I decide to get back out there and go camping. And then I have this one. This one says, the more intuitive me. It has a green handle, but I think on this one you could choose the color that you want on the inside. But that's just to kind of show you some of the ones that I have in my shop. But I appreciate you asking. I have a few journals too. I don't have them here in this room. They're in the other room. But yeah, one is a dot journal and then the other one is a lined journal. So yeah, it was fun to do that. As soon as I get fully monetized, because right now I'm just partially monetized, but when I get fully monetized, then I can link the fourth wall to my YouTube channel. So for now, I just put the link into Nightbot. All right. So I'm just getting caught up and Victor was gonna be, I think Victor might be with Boyo and they may be celebrating festivities. Maria wanted to ask, uh, may I ask? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good. You guys, I just went to a live, and it was over on Selena's channel. So that's Essence of the Moon. And she invited Craggy Brook to come to the channel, and they had the most amazing discussion, and they shared so many different things about their walk in life, their practice, all the different things that they're doing, what they feel called to do down the road in the future. It was pretty awesome. So if you get a chance, I would highly recommend checking that out because it was very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so Kathleen, I put a shout out in the chat, but I didn't hear back from Kathleen. And then Maria Amethyst Celestine has, I'm wondering how many kids you see me having. Okay, so that's your question. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You love the color of the handle on the inside of the mug. I know it. It's so cool. And I have this other one. Okay, I gotta show it to you because it's so freaking cute. It's red. So I'm gonna run and grab that. And when I come back, I'm gonna read for you, Maria. So keep yourselves entertained and I'll grab that. All right. So this one is the one that I have that is red. And it has a kitty cat and a ladybug on it, and it's adorable. And it says tarot reads better with a warm mug. Isn't that cute? And then it's red on the inside. Tarot reads better with a warm mug, of course, because I'm a kitty cat lover, and ladybugs have very special significance to me, so I had to put this one in there. So yeah, I have that one. And while I was over there, I grabbed the journal. So this one is spiral bound and it's dots on the inside. I don't know if that'll show up. And it has this like really pretty like rose petal finish. And then this one is a hardcover, and this one is lined, and it's gorgeous. It has the elastic, and I want to say, yep, it it even has the little ribbon. So super super cute. I'm excited. So I have both of these in the shop as well. And I'm gonna add stuff little by little, but you know, everything in due time. All right, let me see. I love the white bottle. The glass is pretty. Oh, and I had one. I had a different one from a different company and it broke and I was so mad, but at least I have the backup. Oh, all right. I'm glad you're doing well, Craggy Brook. It's always good to see you. Let me see. So, okay, hold on, because I lost my chat jumped there. Okay. May I ask? Okay, Maria wanted to ask a question, which is totally fine. I'm wondering about me and Philippe. Will we be together in the future? We broke up. What do you feel in a couple of months? Okay. So Maria, like I think that I read for you on this just a few weeks ago. I don't know that that's enough time for energies to shift, right? Like we read about the number of children and also about your situation with Philippe. It was a fun night and I met some great people. I know. That's the best part of those. I have another question. Okay, Maria. What is your other question? Everyone else having some bizarre dreams. Yes, I always have dreams anyways. So, like everyone experiences spirit in a completely different way. And I thought it was interesting that you and Selena both said that you hear your spirit guides talking to you and, they chatter to you throughout the day. And at nighttime, sometimes they don't let you sleep. I don't experience spirit that way, but spirit comes to me in my dreams. And I often get a lot of, very clear messages through my dreams. And so I have a practice. I record. I get up. I grab my phone. I have a voice recording app. I record the dream. And then in the morning, I take a look at the dream. At night before bed, it's part of my practice to pull cards from a dream oracle and from my Cosma visions. Uh, okay, Maria. I don't have my previous a list Rooney. Oh, yes, I do. Hold on. Yes, I do. So it may have been a while. So hold on. If a while has passed, we can redo it because it's possible that things can change. So let me see here. Okay. All right. So let me come back over here and then where did my chat? I lost that. There it is. There it is. Okay. I didn't hear you. The video froze. Okay, so Maria, I'm gonna pull some cards for you and see if you could get some wisdom for your situation. So we're gonna go with the oh, it's back now. Okay. Yes, like for some reason last night I was having a lot of challenges with my video too. I'm not sure what's going on. So if I lag, let me know. Okay. Yeah, Debs, I think so too, because that one really stands out. But okay, let me see. How many kids you said? I didn't because I didn't give you a number of kids because uh if I remember you told me that you were 33 years old and you were very healthy but you're not in a relationship, and so I don't really do predictive readings in that way. I mean, I could guess a number, but it would just be that. It would be a guess. Uh it's difficult to say if you're not in relationship or, like, let me ask you a question, Maria. Are you willing to have children without a partner? Is that something that you're willing to do? Are you open to having children without a partner, like having children on your own? Because I understand where you're coming from. You're 33 years old, right? You're very traditional. So, okay. I mean, I understand. Okay. Here's the thing, right? If Philippe may not be the right person for you, so if you continue to wait and time continues to go on, then you may run out of time and miss that opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So, okay, let me see. All right. What message can I share with Maria? What message can I share with Maria? What does Maria need to know? Right here. Maria, we have the Three of Swords, and this is the card of heartbreak. This is the card of heartbreak. So you understand that you cannot, okay, so that's good, right? Because sometimes we're so wrapped up in our feelings that it's hard to make sense of things. So I'm glad that you recognize if that person doesn't return the feeling, then it's difficult, right, to proceed. We have the heartbreak card coming up for you here. And for me, you have a couple of choices, right? You have to find a way to get through this painful period, okay? Take the lesson that you've learned, try to grow from it. Obviously, there's a healing process, right? There's a healing journey that needs to come as a result of this. So you will need time to do all these things. Um, I completely understand, but if you continue to let time go, like, what down the road, what's more important to you? Is it to have the family or is it to be with Philippe? You have a choice. Like, is your ultimate goal that you want a family or is your ultimate goal that you want Philippe? Hi, Judith. How are you? It is not easy. And I feel like everybody in this chat has probably been there at some point or another. I know I have. I mean, because like I was saying earlier, we don't choose who we fall in love with. It just happens, right? And I have for sure had situation where I fell in love with the wrong person and it was just never going to work. And it took me forever to overcome that. It took me forever to overcome that. He wants to be friends with me, but I can't be friends with someone who doesn't want me. Yes, because you have feelings for him, right? So think about what that means. If you say yes to this friendship, it's possible that it's going to turn into a friends with benefit situation. And it's also possible that it will become even more difficult for you to recover and find somebody else because you have feelings for him. So it's almost like you need to protect your space and your sanity. You do. And Joe says, I spent 5 years with a man who told me he categorically did not want children. My time for having children has gone now. When we split up a year later, he had a child with a girl he was dating casually. Oh my God. What the hell? Joe, that had to be so hard. Wow. Wow. Yes, Judith, thank you. Yes, friends, please be sure to hit the like button. Please remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate you all. Wow, wow, wow. That is just insanity. I figured it wasn't meant to be. I'm the best auntie in the world. You sure are. And you're quite energetic, I must say. You are quite energetic. Man. So you know what, friends? Like I was so excited because I wanted to do an open panel today and I didn't want to have to do StreamYard because YouTube favors vertical live stream. So if you go on StreamYard, you don't get as many views. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. But earlier I had somebody in the chat and they tried and they couldn't log in. So I'm going to drop the link one more time. And if there's anyone that's feeling brave and courageous and wants to join on screen or at least try and let me know if the link works for you, that would be fun. It would be fun to say hi in person or to read cards for a person, live. I never get to do that. I never get to read live for a person. So it would be nice to be able to at least try, or maybe you could share, your favorite rituals or, just say hi. How about that? Why can't we just say hi? So I put the link in. Let me know if you attempt it and if it works. If it works, it would be amazing. All right. And Deb says, unfortunately, after 7 years together, my husband left me because I couldn't have kids, and that was life-changing. Wow. That's another tough situation. Yeah. I totally agree with Joe. You are too special for that person that didn't appreciate you, that didn't see you where you were at. Oh, God. My mother used to always said, I would rather be alone than wish that I was alone. And at the time, I didn't understand that, but now I totally get that. And now I am single by choice. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty good. Not having to deal with these kinds of shenanigans because it's not easy out there, you guys. It's not easy. Relationships are a lot of work. They bring a lot of challenges, a lot of pain, a lot of heartache. And I'm not saying they're not worth it, but I'm saying I'm not willing to give up my peace for just anybody. Like, whoever comes into the picture is going to have to add value, right? They're going to have to add value. If they're taking away, that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Oh, it's not coming through as a clickable link. Okay, I'm going to try it one other way. And if not, then I have to accept that, you know, that it might not work in this format. And if I want to do an open panel, that I would have to do it on StreamYard. Yeah, I put it in Nightbot, so tell me if that one works. Yes, you're absolutely right. Our whole lives seem to be about working through relationships. And you know what's funny? I get an astrology reading every evening. And so I did one earlier this year, and we covered so many topics, and one was relationships. And she shared with me, relationship, what she said was, relationships will bring you so much joy, but they will also be the greatest source of struggle for you. And when she said relationships, she was not talking about anything romantic at all. She said that wasn't in the cards for me this year. But she was talking about work relationships, family relationships, relationships with friends. So yeah, that one didn't come through. I know, see? And somebody told me that my PayPal link in Nightbot doesn't work either. So I have to look into that because I don't know. I don't know what's happening. The links don't work. So yeah, so now I won't be able to do the live panel. Well, I'll do it next time, but I'll have to do it on StreamYard and see. But I do have to figure out why my links aren't working because that doesn't make sense. Well, thank you for trying. You agree. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, in StreamYard it works. But in StreamYard, you know, and I've noticed this, right? What I started doing was testing StreamYard vertical. You know that I did that a couple of times. Thinking, you know, you could still swipe in and out of live streams, but YouTube still kind of controls that because when I do a live stream, now today is going to be an outlier because it's Halloween and people are all over. And also, there's going to be a lot of people live streaming tonight. But normally, when I go live on YouTube Vertical, I usually have about 500 views. And when I went live on StreamYard Vertical, I got under 200 views. So it's significantly different when you do it on StreamYard, when you use a streaming platform versus doing it in YouTube. And you know, that's probably for a reason because they want you to use YouTube, of course, wants you to use YouTube products. So it makes sense, but I just wish that they had some of the other offerings that some of the other platforms, you know, provide. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. All right. So, was there anybody else that was hoping for a reading since the open panel is not going to work? That's so disappointing. Oh, man. I was hoping that would work. I don't know why. I wonder if it has to be sent via email for it to work. Hey, Charbatty, how are you? It's good to see you. Got all the emojis. I never noticed that we had bunches of views, but it was on a computer, not a phone. Yeah, yeah. And I had a friend that tested it, right? Tested the theory. She did StreamYard normal, right? Like horizontal view. Got 40 views on the video. And then the next week, she did it on YouTube vertical and she got 200 or 300 views. So you could see like it's a massive difference. to put out a video and only like, 50 people, under 50 people versus, a video where more people are dropping in. Like that's what you want. You want more people to how will divination change in the future? Ooh, that's a great question. I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah. So I've tested it quite a few different ways. I've tested StreamYard to YouTube, and I've also tested StreamYard like horizontal and StreamYard vertical. Now, StreamYard vertical, you can still swipe in and out of the lives, but I don't think the algorithm pushes it out the way that it does when it's YouTube. The other thing is that with YouTube, like there's a lot of people that like to do a pop-up, right? They just go live. Oh, I'm just gonna hit the live button and go. Those don't get as many views as if you schedule in advance. So when I schedule in advance, the algorithm knows and then it pushes it out. Okay, so here's the question. Could we ask, how will divination change in the future? And Deb says it's definitely changed in the last year or two. I would agree with that. Hi, Regina. How are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming back. We were going to do an open panel, but the links aren't working. So now we're just having conversation and exploring topics. All right, so let's do a reading on that and see what comes through. I'm going to use my Raven's Prophecy because I'm having a little love affair with this deck. All right. How will divination change in the future? I feel like it has changed. I have my own kind of theories on that. So let's see. But I would say not in the last year or two. I feel like definitely in the last few years. How will divination change in the future? Ooh, interesting. We have the Empress card. We have the Empress card. Now, the Empress I always connect to obviously to the number 3, so growth, but also like abundance. And there's that connection to nature, to creativity. But in this particular deck, they very much equate it to creativity and also to nature. So that's why in this deck they decided to create the Empress as the forest, because the way that they talked about it was that Mother Nature was the ultimate creator. And so that is what the message that they wanted to get across was that the Empress, a lot of times in many decks, you'll see the Empress and she's pregnant, right? And a lot of people have issues with that representation. So what this person did was they depicted it as a forest because Mother Nature is the ultimate creator. I mean, I have to say, such a beautiful streams of water, things that you would think are impossible, a river meeting an ocean, or like two trees growing within each other, or the way that animals and birds live and thrive and survive, and how they know everything that they need to do. There's just so many things. You saw I feel like maybe this is saying that we're gonna be brought even closer to our original roots, which were the land, living with the land, living in alignment with the land, with the soil, with the plants, with the animals. So that's kind of what I see for that. That's kind of what I see for that. And feel free to drop in, anything else that you think. Uh, I feel like a lot of people are, people have been saying this for a very long time. There's a lot of people that are kind of waking up to their spiritual journey. So there's a lot more people that are becoming more aware, right? But I feel like with this Empress card, it means that we're going to start connecting with everything outdoors, the moon, the cycles, the seasons, the land, the animals, the insects, like everything. That's kind of what I see. Mikelty, hi, how are you? You want to be added? Sure, that's no problem. No problem at all. But yeah, that's kind of what I see. What do you make of the butterfly that you saw? For me, like butterflies are that connection to spirituality. I have a very close connection to butterflies, dragonflies, and ladybugs. So I receive spirit messages through them as well. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So, Mikelty, hi, welcome, and thank you for being here. Yes, Charbatty. Yeah, we have plenty of time. We got plenty of time. All right, Mikelty, thank you for coming in. I think this is your first time, so if I could remind you to please like and subscribe. Even maybe like tap the bell so that it reminds you when I'm going live, and then you can join. What is your question, my dear? Let me know what question you have. Okay, uplifting and transforming energy that morphs and lightens the soul. Yes, yes. I love that. That's beautiful. I like the idea of more people connecting to the earth. Yeah, I like that too. Cha-cha! Clint, how are you? You got the chips? I want dip. Chips and dip. How are you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. All right, Mikelty, what is Pisces thinking or feeling after our chat? Okay. So we're going to go, we're gonna go with, you know what? No, we're gonna go with Bohemian Gothic because Bohemian Gothic likes to tell the truth. I'm fair to middling. I am. I am, my friend. All right. It's Halloween. I'm hanging out here. Karen Suki! You're gonna be in and out. Okay, that's no problem. Yeah, I'm hanging out here for a while and then later tonight I'm gonna go on Truth Wave, and after the meditation I'll be reading cards with Victor. So that'll be fun. We do that together every 2 weeks and it's become kind of like a thing, and it's a lot of fun. Except tonight I told him that I'm changing my deck. So I'm going to use a Halloween themed deck. Off to the land of Nod. Okay, have a beautiful night's rest. Thank you so much for hanging out. All right, Mikelty. What is Pisces thinking of me, thinking or feeling after the chat? After the chat. I feel like this card is going to tell what kind of chat it was. Let's see. Ooh, so we have the Page of Cups. So Cups is connected to emotions, right? But also to intuition. And the page in particular is a card like this is usually a youthful energy. And so they're usually very creative, very inquisitive. Like this is the child that always, but why? But why? But why? You know, like they want to know everything. They're super curious. They want to learn. They're this particular Paige is very imaginative, maybe spends a lot of time daydreaming and pondering different things. Wouldn't it be nice if we could do this? Wouldn't it be nice if it was like that? Or could you imagine if it was like this? So, this is the kind of energy that we're talking about here. It could be a little bit naive at times, a little childish at times, but it's innocent and loving and really just wants to experience life. So that is the card that has come out for your question, my dear. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Karen Suki's gonna carve a pumpkin. Oh my god, that's so awesome. I can't remember when was the last time I carved a pumpkin. Yes, Joe. Of course you can. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Mikelty, thank you so much for letting me read for you. And if you could please remember to like and subscribe, I would appreciate that very, very much. Awesome. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we're reading for Charbatty. Charbatty, what was your question, my dear? Okay, so if anybody doesn't know, Charbatty like writes the best lyrics. But her slow songs are out of this world. So, so good. If you're not following her, please, you have no idea what you're doing. You must because I love her music. Oh, thank you, Mikelty. Thank you, thank you. All right, Charbatty, where did you go? Pa-pa-da. I'm feeling things changing and I wonder what's happening. Ooh, that's a great question. Oh, I love that question so much. Let's go to the dark mansion. Oh, I love this. Ooh, these are great questions. It's fun to read about like different things. All right. So, I'm feeling things changing. Things are changing. What is happening? What is happening? John, how are you? Innocentia, Innocentia, Innocentia. Hi, how are you? Hello and welcome. Innocentia. Oh, is that Italian? Oh my God. All right, Charbatty. Let me see. Oh, I love your music. I'm not even playing. In fact, like I was like, I don't even know how you get the song to like create and go on your channel like that. Wow. There's a lot of water energy coming through. Let me get one more card. Oh. Okay. John. Hello. Happy Halloween, John. Innocentia, I'm good, thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you for coming in. And thank you for being here. I'm doing a reading for Charbatty, and then no, it's not closed. I'm reading for Charbatty right now, and then after Charbatty, I have Joe. So then you would be the next person. So you'll be number 3 on the list. Okay. So Charbatty, there's a lot of water, and it's court cards. So Here we have the Knight of Cups. Now, this energy, like knights are a card of action, right? Usually this is calling you to do something. These knights are kind of like teenager energy. They're filled with emotion and they want to do all the things. But this particular knight is like, you know, the romantic type, maybe the type that writes music or poetry, always has a little book under their arm, and they have feelings and they have emotions and they're not afraid to share it, and they walk around with their heart on their sleeve and they don't care who knows it, right? They just come heart first. It's really a beautiful, beautiful energy. This energy, I would say, is the kind of energy like they're living in the moment, and but I don't know if this is the kind of energy that you could like rely on to be there for you in the long term, right? This is these are like here today, like they're just like in the moment, and while they're with you they love you in all kinds of ways, but then after a short while they're moving on to the next to the next thing. So we have this energy coming through, but on top of that, we also have the king. Now, the king of cups, uh, the king has obviously had time to sow their wild oats, right? The king of cups, I always say that, like, this is who's very emotionally intelligent. They've had lots of experiences and they've learned from those experiences and they take a position of leadership, but they don't let their emotions get the best of them because at this point in their life, they have learned how to manage their emotions, how to breathe through situations and not let their emotions get the best of them. So they're kind of like an evolved version of this character here. So you have that water energy. This could be like people that you know or an energy that you're currently working with, right? It could be one or the other. Now, here's the interesting thing. The last card in the judgment card, you could see the angel Gabriel, like, and they're, wings extended and they're blowing their horn. And it's a card that says, wake up. It's time to face the music. It's the day of reckoning, right? Usually that's what the card looks like. And then you see like, the bodies rising out of the graves and they're like there and okay, tell me what it's going to be. But in this case, it's a celebration. You can see there's music in the background. You got a saxophone right there. You got this guy on the piano. We have some dancing and some celebration going. So the judgment card is kind of like there's a call to action. There's a call to action, and I kind of see this as it's time to face the music. It's time to face the music. Hey Mark, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So it's interesting all these energies together. So I'm gonna pull out an oracle card for you and see what comes through. Um, because it feels like there was a progression, right? The knight to the king to the major arcana card, right? I feel like perhaps things have been slowly moving over time and progressing, and now there's this moment. This is really beautiful. You contain multitudes. You contain multitudes. And you can see that it's a skeletal figure, and look at what is where the heart would be. To me, this is major heart chakra energy. That heart is, it's just full, you know. And we have here, hold on, I'm gonna need my tool. It's full of blooming flowers, but there's also a moth on the card. There's a moth here, kind of tell that you've been on a journey. You've been on a journey, but you've been learning and growing through that journey. So you're prepared. You have everything that you need in order to make it happen. So, where you have been quite intuitive yourself, recognizing that things are changing or evolving, it's because you're going to have that moment that's going to come where it's time to do something. It's time to do something. So, let me know what you, if that makes sense for you, my dear. And then after we wrap up this reading, then we have Joe. And then we have Innocentia. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I think I may be having internet issues. I don't know. So yes, this you will be able to see the replay, and I will go back and I add timestamps for each person so that you'll be able to find your reading without having to like dig through the whole thing. So I usually do that Saturday morning. It stopped that moth. There's a moth in here. So what I was saying is that what you have been, hey Chip, how are you? It's good to see you. And Desiree is back. Hey Des. What I am seeing is that you have been progressing, right? You've been on a journey and you've been moving forward, and you're going to come to your moment where it's time to kind of stand up, take that next step, because I feel like you have something to offer. You have something to offer. Very, very beautiful. This is so exciting because I love to see, a lot of times because it's us, it's hard for us to step outside of ourselves and see our own progress. But spirit sees your progress, and you have been progressing, you have been growing and learning from experiences, which is preparing you for next steps. Okay, awesome. Colin! I love that name. Colin! That always reminds me of the movie Secret Garden. I'll be back. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play it by ear. Cause then at 9:30, I don't know if I'll be here till 9. Cause at 9:30 I'm going to Truth Wave. I'm bouncing around today. All right, so I'm glad that that makes sense. And now you are very welcome. So now I'm gonna read for Joe, my beautiful Joe, who is bundled up with Colin, Colin the CPAP machine, and Miss Mary the cat. All right, my dear, what's your question? 8:15, I'm doing a surprise. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, if I'm off by then, I'll pop in. Did you see my question? I'll go back and look. Hold on. I'll go back. Okay, I want to create two more channels. Ooh, one for my professional insights and another aimed at warm Auntie Joe vibes. But I don't have the energy for both. Which one should I do first? Ooh, I love this question. What a fab question. Okay, hold on. Hold on, friend. I got you. Let me shuffle. Get these cards all shuffled up. Beautiful. Oh, I almost shuffled it into the wrong deck, Lord. All right, here. I saw the card backs and I'm like, that's weird. Happy Halloween, happy Halloween. I don't know if, we probably don't get, I don't know, we don't get Halloween, we don't get trick-or-treaters. I think last year like 3 people came and that was it. So I didn't bother to get candy this year because it just doesn't, then you're stuck with the candy and then of course you eat it because what else are you gonna do? So yeah. All right, so we're gonna answer for Joe, and for Joe, we're gonna use The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, 2 channels. One is for professional insights, and then the other would be like more of an Auntie Joe vibe. So, just to make sure I understand, one channel would be because I think you're right, right? There are a lot of people that have multiple channels, but it's difficult. The struggle is real, and it's exhausting and draining to operate 2 channels and keep up with them both, right? So, what am I doing? So the one that is professional insights, would that be like somewhere where you're giving career advice? And then the auntie vibes, would you be filming with your nieces and nephews and doing like maybe arts and craft type of stuff? Is that what you're thinking? It's funny because I'm shuffling the deck as I'm asking you these questions, and this card came out. Queen of Pentacles. So for me, this feels like the auntie one. You have Mrs. Claus baking in the kitchen. For me, this feels like the like the auntie one. I don't know. What do you think? She looks like you. I know. She's so cute. You got better hair though, girlfriend. You got better hair. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that one. I feel like that might be the answer right there. I'm just getting caught up in the chat. Candy is expensive. I was gonna buy some and then I changed my mind. Desiree, yeah, Desiree has 2 channels, and also Bill, the from the 999 show. Bill has 2 channels. One is more of a variety talk show, and then he created like a divination channel, and he has been struggling greatly with managing both channels in addition to, you know, his other responsibilities. So it's definitely, but it's possible because Rain, I want to say Rain has 3 channels. Rain has an art channel, Rain has a cooking channel, and then Rain has a spiritual channel, and she manages to do them all. Hello, my beautiful girl. How are you? I thought you were having fun with your gal pals. What is happening here? Ta. Thought you were having fun with your friends. Are you safe? Are you happy? Pay attention. Pay attention and be alert, little girl. Don't be texting on your phone. I came to tell you I love you. Baby, don't make me cry on national TV. I love you too. Watch your drink. Oh my God. You're too much. All right, so Joe, what do you think? Bedtime stories. Is that what you wanted to do? So Joe, I didn't buy. You didn't buy nothing? Good. Save your money. Save your money, honey. Save your money, honey. All right, Joe. How do you feel about that Queen of Pentacles card? You feel like that might be the way to go? Tell me what you think. What does she mean? All right. The Queen of Pentacles. Out of all the queens, in my mind, this particular queen, if it was modern day, I would say that she is the queen that would be like the person that manages the household like perfectly to a T, right? They're that person that hosts the dinner parties and that like does all the things, takes care of the household, uh is like cooking is a big part of it, right? Taking care of the home, of the family. The Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer. I think all the queens are, but this one in particular is a nurturer. So we have four queens in the tarot. You have the Queen of Cups, which is connected to like emotions and intuition. And then you have the Queen of Swords, and that one is like the critical thinker, the logical one, the one that doesn't mince their words, and they're just gonna come in and tell you what you know, and not really care about feelings, right? To them, they're just logical. You have the Queen of Wands. This person is like very bold and charismatic and audacious, and they people gravitate towards that energy, right? Like this is a person that is very confident, and they take charge in situations, and they're not afraid. They just face life. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles for me is all about like nurturing and caring for others and taking care of people. It's also connected to the element of earth. So usually this person is very grounded and connected to nature. Bye, honey bunny. Have fun with your friends. So for that reason, I feel like this very much speaks to that auntie channel versus the professional channel. Like if it was the King of Pentacles that showed up, or one of the other kings, or maybe even the Emperor, something like that, I would be like, whoa, wow, that's interesting. But with the Queen of Presents or Queen of Pentacles, I definitely feel like it's the second channel. So I write adult learning resources and I can help others by coaching them, but I also write bedtime stories that I would read for children's bedtime. You know what, Joe? Like your personality is very bold and vivacious, and I feel like you're a very fun person. And for that reason, I feel like that could be very impactful for young children. I feel like your personality is a very nice fit to the idea of the writing the bedtime stories and reading for them at bedtime. I love that so much. Trick or treat, I want candy. Ooh, John. I have zero candy, zero treats. All right, tell me if that makes sense. And will you accept this challenge, my dear? I'm also going to pull an oracle card for you. Okay, Joe? I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Yep. Chip is doing a surprise live. All right, what additional insight can we give to our friend Joe about these two channels? Hmm. Okay, so Joe, I have 8 stories all ready to go. I just didn't have the energy to create children's animations where I think my personality could work as a storyteller. For sure, you are very energetic and vivacious. And, I'm going to tell you the card that I pulled is this one, and it says forgiveness. And at first glance, you might think, well, what does that have to do with the price of eggs? But I'm going to tell you what I see here. The key words for this is reducing burdens. And when I see that open palm with that flower blossoming, I feel like you have the opportunity to impact those children and teach them from a young age to open up their hearts and to invite love into their life. And there's so many kids that do not have that, that are lacking that in their home environment, that they don't know what it's like to have a loving auntie or a loving even mother or father. Because if you think about it, like, what if your mother was like the Queen of Swords? That person is not emotional. They're very like uh cutthroat, so to speak. So I feel like that's what this card is saying. And then when I read this first line here about, it's talking about a wrong is done, consequences you cannot deny, but to hold a grudge is to drink poison and think that the other person will die. And the first thing that I thought of is, what a wonderful opportunity for you to influence young minds with the truth. So that is, I feel like for sure that. And let's say that you started and it doesn't work. That's fine, then you do the other one. Totally fine. But you asked, so I'm telling you, these are the cards that have come out, and I feel like that might be you know, what's best for you. I'm not telling you which one is going to be more successful and which one is going to, bring you into, stardom. What I'm sharing is where I feel like you would make the biggest impact. So hopefully that works for you. And then we had Innocentia. All right. because Innocentia would be next. So please let me know if you are still here because it's your turn. It's your turn. That was an awesome question, Joe. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Awesome. Okay, Innocentia, what was your question? I don't know if I saw a question from you. So let me know what your question is. Let me know. Awesome. And then Mark was here earlier. I don't know. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay. All right, Innocentia, let me know what your question is so I can choose a deck and read for you. Okay, so Desiree, now that you're back, I can tell you that it did not work. The open panel link did not work. So I tried doing it through what do you call Nightbot, and the link didn't work. And then I tried copying and pasting the link, but that didn't work either. So if I want to do an open panel, I will have to do it on StreamYard, sadly. Yeah, I did have a couple of people that tried, but it didn't work. The link wouldn't work. So I'm gonna have to, and that was the whole point. I was gonna just try it and see. Um, you know, it might, I don't know if it's that I have to send it through email, like I don't know. So, yeah. All right, so Innocentia, can you kindly do a career reading for me? Absolutely. Career. All right, so I'm gonna use Nightmare. I'm gonna use Nightmare Before Christmas. You like my necklaces? Thank you. So, okay, so I'm wearing my black obsidian. Here, let me show you. Oh, you can see it's so good today. Look, you see? It's is it rainbow obsidian? I don't remember what it's called, but anyway, so you can see. I love this one because of the way that they cut the stone, how you could see the shine, but also because it's a triangle. And I love threes. I feel like three is a very powerful number. And then the other one is Chrysocolla. Can you see? Chrysocolla is a favorite for me. It's a wonderful throat chakra stone, and it's just beautiful. Great stone. If you are needing to do like public speaking, you can like hold it in your hands. You love Chrysocolla, yeah. Tan 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 usi meitia jodo yang terbaik dan sayang perhatian. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. Okay. All right. So we're doing a career reading. Career reading. Yeah, for reals. We need a Google Translate situation. Career reading for Innocentia. Okay, I feel all warm and fuzzy. I can't wait to start telling stories for kids who need them. That is so cool. And there are so many kids. You know that I did that as a volunteer activity. Okay, I'm going to tell this quick story, Innocentia, and then I'm going to do your reading, okay? But I signed up last year for a volunteer event. And what they were looking for were people that were willing to read a book and film themselves so that they could create a database of stories to have storytelling for kids. In this was in New York City schools. And heck yeah, I did it. And I read one of my favorite stories, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I was so happy to do it, and I totally wish to do that again because I found that so rewarding. And back then I was so new to all of this stuff. Like I didn't know very much about like video editing and all of those things. Now I feel like I could probably do a much better job. But it was so awesome. I read one of my childhood favorite stories. I remember this book from when I was in kindergarten. And so I decided like I that book made an impact on me. I don't know why. And so as an adult, I bought it and I put it in my library. So I decided that I was going to read that for the kids. So, um, hold on one second. If you are, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to grab that and then I'm going to come back to the chat and I'm going to drop it right here. I have it unlisted because I do have it on my channel. Um, so I put it there if you want to see it. So I read, Where Does the Butterfly Go When It Rains? Where does the butterfly go when it rains? So I dropped the link. Tell me if that link works, for goodness sake. And then I read that story and I loved doing that so much. It was so cool. Yeah. So it works. Okay, good. Yeah. So yeah, I did that one. And like the video has like 5 views. You know why? Because I sent it to my nieces and both of them listened to the video so many times. They loved it. Oh, you love the fireplace? Yeah. I it's funny because my daughter told me after today, it's officially Christmas. And she went and she turned on the fireplace. Lord help me. In her mind, we're going to get the tree tomorrow. Oh my gosh. John, I like this. It's true. I do. I know. I like ice cream too. Okay, Innocencia. I'm sorry. All right, we're going to do your reading. This is a career reading. All right, so let me take a, hold on. Let's clear energy. All right, a career reading for Innocencia. What can we share with Innocencia? I'm not even kidding. When spirit decides to speak, spirit speaks. Okay? This reading is very, very clear. Okay, Innocencia? The first card, and we're using Nightmare Before Christmas, okay? So the first card here is the King of Candles. This is like the King of Wands. Fire energy. Kings are the highest rank in the court cards. So these are positions of leadership. They're usually very intelligent. They have lived through so many experiences that they are very wise. and they're evolved, is what I would say. They are evolved in their suit. It's like going to an elder in your family, right? They've been through so much shit over time that they're gonna have a lot better advice for you than if you went to, somebody that was your age for advice. For me, this card is you. This is a card of action. The King of Candles is urging you to take whatever it is that caused you to come in here today and ask for a career reading is for a reason. You're deciding if you should do this or not do this. This is saying you need to do it, whatever it is, okay? The reason I'm so confident that I'm telling you this, the second card is the Fool card. This is a major arcana card, and it is the first card of the tarot deck. This, if you're familiar with the hero's journey or the story of the hero's journey, this is the first step. The thing that catapults you to say, you know what? I think I'll do a thing. I think I'll go out there and try it. A lot of times people will look at you and be like, "Are you crazy? Why would you do that?" The Fool energy is encouragement to do the thing. Yes, it's going to be different. Yes, you may not know as much about it. Yes, you're going to be like a fish out of water, but you have curiosity and you have passion and insight and you want to try something different. You've gotten to a point where you're like, I'm done. I've learned everything I could possibly learn. I need to do something different. I don't know. Have you ever seen this movie, Nightmare Before Christmas? If you remember, this is that moment that Jack finishes Halloween for like the 100th time and he's fed up. He's like, I'm sick and tired of Halloween. I don't want to do Halloween anymore. I want to do something different. And he gets mad and he storms off into the forest. And his dog, Hero, follows him, right? His dog follows him. And what ends up happening, if you remember, he goes and he finds that all those portals and he finds Christmas. So this is the card that is saying whatever it is, do it. And then the final card, Ace of Candles. Remember over here, you had the King of Candles. Ace of Candles, this is the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. And the Ace is all about a fresh start, a new beginning, just like the Fool. Just like the Fool. It's time. Uh, Wands or fire energy, you know what that's connected to? It's connected to your passion, your inspiration, the things that motivate you, the things that you desire, right? That's what this is connected to. And it's also connected to sexuality. But since this is a career reading, we're not going to go that route. I feel like this reading is saying it's time to do the thing. Don't be scared. Jump in with 2 feet. You need to take a calculated risk. Okay, so I'm currently studying accounting, but due to facing job loss, because there will be layoffs at work, I want to know if I took a right decision in choosing accounting. Uh, I have a little bit of familiarity with this. Accounting. Accounting is great. There's nothing wrong with accounting. Desiree in the chat, she's not an accountant, but she's a bookkeeper. And people that are in accounting and in finance, right? Those are skills that every company needs eventually. But also, a lot of times when there's layoffs, those are some of the first teams that get impacted. So what I'm going to say is you may want to see if there's a way that you could study something else in addition to accounting. Add something to it. Like if you're in accounting, can you possibly try to do your CPA? Or can you possibly also study finance? Like, can you do a dual major? That might be an option for you. Okay. So while you tell me that, I'm going to get caught up with Anna. Okay. Anna says, "My dear, good night I wish to you, and I wish you a wonderful evening as well. Please put me and my kids into your prayers." Absolutely. That's what we're here for. My little one fell down today, so horrible, and he's got blue circles and red eyes, and we're in the hospital. You know, that's very scary as a parent when our children get hurt. Um, I totally understand. Please pray that he will be all good and the doctors will do their best. Absolutely. Yes. But you know, the doctors are going to do what they're going to do, but there's nothing like a mother's love. You know, when all this is done in the hospital and you get home, you just take that baby of yours and you just cuddle up with them and give them a lot of love and comfort and attention and surround them with their favorite things, and you'll be surprised, little things like that, how much that means to them. Shielding light, love, energy. It hurts deeply. It's not enough what the baby had his birthday. Yeah, absolutely. Lots of love and healing energy to you. hmm And you know, Anna, like call in Archangel Raphael and ask Archangel Raphael to send that healing energy. Send that healing energy, that energy of protection. Okay, finance is part of my module. That's perfect. Okay, so there's a lot of people that do dual majors. I think I've even seen some people that have an accounting and finance. I'm going to tell you something. If you are in finance, it's a lot easier to go from finance to accounting than it is to go from accounting to finance. It's very challenging to go from accounting to finance. So, I would definitely recommend if you can to try to do both or add it in or switch if that's even possible. There's nothing wrong with the accounting courses that you have done. There's a lot of good work out there for accounting, but I'm just saying, yes, that it's easier if you have finance as well. Okay. Mhm. Oh, that's a great idea, Karen Suki. Chicken soup, like their comfort meals. All kids have the foods that make them feel comfy, cozy. But, you know, a warm hug, their favorite blanket, their favorite little, stuffy, uh, their favorite cartoon on television. Like you just want to surround them with all the things that they love. Desiree says, in our capitalistic society, we will always need accounting and finance, and that is absolutely true. hmm They're both, you must have a degree. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that if you want to get work in these two fields, you must have a degree. These are not the spaces where you can say, oh, 4 years or commensurate experience. That's not going to cut it. You have to have the degree. Okay, beautiful, Anna. Let us know how everything goes with your baby. Sending you all the best. Yes, green hearts. Green hearts for Archangel Raphael. Sending your way. Lots of love, healing energy. Archangel Raphael, please surround Anna and her baby with all the love and attention and the healing power that you have to offer. For you, my friend. You are very welcome, Innocentia. I'm very happy to read for you. Thank you for letting me read for you. Yeah. Yep. Accounting, finance, business. If you combine it with business, you know, yeah, absolutely. All right. So I think that was everybody. I feel like we read for everybody that was on the list. Thank you. Thank you. See, lots of green hearts in the chat for you, Anna, for you and your baby. Lots of love in the chat for you. Beautiful. My. Forgot to feed my feral cat. Oh my God, Karen. Yes, go feed your kitties. Oh my gosh. Every time. Every time. You're right. Wah, wah, wah. All right. It is 8:25. All right. So I think I have to say bye-bye because in an hour I'm gonna be over on Truth Wave for readings, and I want to have a little bit of a break so that I could eat something and prepare for that. So thank you so much, friends, for being here, for hanging out. Oh yes, Chip is live too, so we want to show some love and support to Chip as well. Thank you so much. Mwah, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.